What is good, Hoop Crew? It is your boy Benji, and we are back balling. I got my guy with me.
Do-rag Ron in the
It's a
building.
Dewey day, man, and of course, it is almost time for Game 7. Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Clippers. They are playing their last game, somebody's last game of the season. Is going to be today, man. Who you picking, Ron?
I think Clippers are. I think they'll finish it out, bro. We see my man Kawhi Leonard, aka the Claw, Friday drop 45 with the help of PG dropping about 20, 23, 25. I mean, I think they going I think that it'll be a fight to the end because Luka gonna do his thing. They call Baby Bird from my man Uncle Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, undisputed. But yeah, man, I think it's the firepower, too much the veteran and experienced man with Rondo, Reggie Jackson hooping. I think they'll edge it out, man. It ain't gonna be easy. It's either I don't think it's gonna be the easiest game, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think Clippers will edge it out. Who you got on the series, man?
Yeah, man. I think it gotta go. Yeah, gotta go with the Clippers. Honestly, man, they should be too star-studded, too stacked. But honestly, man, something I noticed watching them play, the Mavericks have a lot more heart, hustle, and ball movement. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that has been the Clippers' antidote and kryptonite because if somebody from the Clippers doesn't step up and ball out, they don't get some big games from the big time players. It's gonna be, something I could easily see them crumbling and fumbling the opportunity. But I know Dallas is gonna come out to play, but I have to choose the Clippers. Man, I think they at this point they just got a little bit too much to lose, and we'll see some good basketball come from them. Um, that's what I got to go with. And if you're Utah, who do you think you would be more uh, terrified to match up against next round?
Clippers. Because Dallas, I mean, granted, KP, yeah, KP to a degree, and Rudy Gobert kind of cancel each other out. But I mean, I feel as though guard play wise, you just kind of got to focus on Luca. He's gonna facilitate. He's practically the ball. He has the ball 90% of the time. He's gonna control the game. Versus, I don't see no one on the Jazz roster that can check Kawhi one on one. And like you said, they might not be as ball movement or
Mm-hmm.
as a what is it the Dallas Mavericks are, but I mean one on one who's stopping Kawhi, and then also you got that 23 to 25 monster Paul George, and
Yeah,
I feel as though the Clippers kind of space the floor better than Dallas. Granted, I
absolutely.
mean they have Tim Hardaway Jr., McKinley, well, excuse me, Finley, as shooting threes, but I think, man, they got Reggie Jackson, Serge Ibaka. I don't know if he's playing or not, but Serge, I the Morse twin, they just have a lot more weapons than what the Dallas Mavericks can offer. And I mean, I feel as though for them to win, I think Dallas can maybe get maybe two games based off of stellar performance that Luca puts on. But I just think the Clippers have too much firepower and weaponry within the arsenal that I think Jazz don't want to deal with. Who you think is a better or tougher matchup for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to go with the Clippers, man. I think, like I said, right now, the scrappiness of the Mavericks, the outside shooting, and honestly, they're just that back against the wall mentality. I think is something that I believe makes them a tough matchup. But I believe um, if I'm Utah, I don't want to see the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
There's just I think with a win under their belt, there is too much at stake for them to go ahead and win. But I think, like I said, at the end of the day, the Jazz always come out swinging, and the guards defensively. I don't see them stopping Ingles, Utah, and them. But I believe at the end of the day, in a 6 game series, if I'm the Jazz, I'd rather see at least a little bit more containment. We've got a little bit more guys where we can try and contain uh Doncic and some of the shooters. in Dallas
Mhm.
versus having to devote a little bit more to the Clippers.
I
Um,
agree, bro.
I
Cause
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
the
agree.
current season, the Jazz have won the matchup 2-1. If that
Mhm.
means anything, but not really, because there's even a point in time where they played games literally 2 days apart, and it was different winners both times.
Mhm.
The Jazz won obviously the first one, Clippers won the second one. Um, they're all close games though, so obviously it could go either way. But yeah, absolutely. I think the playoffs when they started kick it a little bit into more high gear, but couldn't be surprised to see the Clippers choke. But if I'm the Jazz, I'd rather see Dallas.
For sure, bro. I will say though, the Clippers better match Jordan Clarkson's
Mm-hmm.
um point value and energy off the bench. Six man of the year.
Absolutely.
Salute to Jordan Clarkson. So that's going to be, I think, a X factor the Jazz has, quote unquote, an advantage of. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you have a backcourt like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, who not only can score the ball, but I think the defensive aspect is very underlooking or underrated between those two.
All right.
You put maybe Kawhi can start on Donovan Mitchell, and then it's like Paul George can, let's say hypothetically, plays on Joe Ingles. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I like Mike Conley, and I love the production he's done and the value he brought to the Jazz organization and team, but he's gonna have to, what I'm saying, get what 20 or 30 points a game, if to a degree, because not to say they're gonna stop them completely, but Kawhi is gonna give Donovan Mitchell, if they match up, a challenge.
Yeah.
So I mean, somebody else gotta step up. Rudy Gobert, cool, but he's pass the ball in the lane, throw the lob towards the rim. He's going to dunk the ball. He's not creating his own offense. Bogdanovich, I guess he can create his own offense, but I mean, yeah, man. Besides maybe, like I said, the production that Jordan Clarkson brings, which I believe the Clippers can kind of match or tame to a degree. Hey, man, Clippers.
I'm taking them as well.
Clip, 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 clip.